I think it's safe to say at this point that Donald Trump's obsession with Ron DeSantis, and that is what it is, it's an obsession, it's starting to get creepy. Like creepy to the point where it's very obvious, based on the timing of his post on Truth Social, that Donald Trump literally is lying awake at night thinking of how he can take on Ron DeSantis. DeSantis, a man who, by the way, has not even announced that he's running for president yet. I mean, of course, it's pretty obvious the man is running for president, which, as Trump's Political Action Committee announced this week, that would be illegal. But something interesting happened at the end of this past week. Donald Trump, in the wee hours of the morning, sent out a post on Truth Social that said this. Why is Ron DeSanctimonious paying the Babylon Bee, a non-entity, $5,000 a month, so far $21,500, if he's not running for president? Just because his poll numbers are tanking, probably because of his desire to cut Social Security and Medicare, doesn't allow him to campaign without an announcement. You don't spend that much money on the Babylon Bee if you're running for governor. In fact, you don't spend money on the Babylon Bee if you're running for anything. Okay. Now here's the issue. I don't disagree. Like, why are you spending money on the Babylon Bee? That's kind of stupid. But this isn't a hidden payment. Like, it is something that Ron DeSantis has disclosed. And last year, the Miami Herald revealed that these payments did in fact take place in the year 2021. And he paid them for, quote, services related to online fundraising, according to state campaign finance records. So he probably ran ads on the Babylon Bee. That's innocuous enough. Now, if he was just giving them money, that's weird. But based on the investigation from real journalists, not Donald Trump on Truth Social at 2 a.m., he ran ads on the Babylon Bee's website, which is not uncommon for Republican politicians. But it's the timing of this. Again, 2 days before he woke up in the middle of the night thinking of Ron DeSantis and sent this out on Truth Social, his super PAC, Make America Great Again Incorporated, which is the one that he's using to run for president, filed an ethics complaint against Ron DeSantis, alleging that he's violating Florida's resign to run law, which says if you run for another office and that office would interlap with half or more of your current term in office, you have to resign from the office you currently hold to run for the new office. It's Florida law, so DeSantis would have to do that if he wants to run for president. But he's attacking Ron DeSantis in rallies. He's attacking him on Truth Social. He's attacking them in the courts. He's attacking him on every possible front. And DeSantis is trailing Donald Trump by double digits at this point. Trump has a more than 20-point lead among all other Republicans in that GOP primary. Now, granted, he's only got one real opponent who's announced, and that's Nikki Haley, and she's in the single digits, so she's not a threat. But Trump is hyper-focused on Ron DeSantis to the point where it's getting creepy. If you wake up in the middle of the night and feel the need to send out a tweet attacking somebody, that doesn't mean you're ahead. It means you're losing because they are living rent-free in your head. Now, Ron DeSantis is a horrible human being, horrible governor with horrible oppressive policies. Donald Trump, same thing can be said of him. They're both just the worst human beings that America has to offer. And I despise them both. And I don't want either of them to win a Republican primary, let alone ever go to the White House. But I do have to say that Trump's obsession with Ron DeSantis is starting to creep me out a little bit. Because he's a man who's technically not running for president right now. He's a man that you're already demolishing by double digits. He does not have widespread appeal. He just took his little trip to Iowa. It did not go well. But he is living rent-free in your head. So despite what the polls show, despite what the voters outside of Florida think of Ron DeSantis, he's still winning because Trump looks like a crazy, obsessed superfan because all he can do is talk about Ron DeSantis. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.